Hello, everyone. I have a fantastic couple of questions from Authentic Indigo. If you do not wish to be recognized as these are your questions in this video, just tell me in the comments below and I will remove this video. But I thought you asked a lot of really great questions, and I'm hoping that I understand your questions. And I believe you're asking the difference between 3D and 5D. And it sounded like your question said, how do you avoid going into 5D? But I'll try to simplify it and just say unity consciousness from my understanding. And because I'm going to go into some deep subjects, I have to say as a disclaimer that this video is for entertainment purposes only. And that is just because I'm going to talk about things and I might have to use some sort of code so that the algorithm does not remove this video, because a lot of the things that we're going to talk about benefit the body in healing rapidly. And I know you think, why would people want that video removed? Well, I'm going to let you figure that out. And yes, it is very unfortunate that there are people that profit off of people being unwell, but that is just the way it is. So back to 3D and 5D. From my understanding, 3D is very much about this human experience, but so much so that you block out higher influences, that you block out information that is trying to come to you. There are so many upgrades with the solar flares that are happening. And so if you want to stay in 3D, become really anchored in this reality, and none of that good information will show up or come to you. If in fact you would like to go into this beautiful 5D reality, and there is no judgment on the part of the universe, stay open. Stay open to new information. Do healing work on your body. If you don't know how to do it, go get it done from someone else. There is an influx of powerful downloads, informations, upgrades happening right now. And it is just because people are waking up. And so as more people begin to wake up, we are supported to grow, to help, to heal, to move forward. And a lot of times it doesn't look like what you think it's going to look like. You may have breakups, you may be fired, so many things may happen, but just understand, oftentimes, if something can't be shifted into something else, it may abruptly end, so that you create a void so that you can move on to the new thing. And I would say everyone that I know that is doing work on themselves is getting these downloads, whether they realize it or not. And the way to know if you are, things that you liked a couple of years ago, you don't like now. Things that you could watch on TV, and maybe it was a reality show, or maybe it was violent, or maybe it was dysfunctional. Now you can't watch it. And you see, oh my God, this is so dysfunctional. I remember for me, maybe about 6 years ago, I was driving down the street and I saw a homeless person and my heart just went, and I was like, that's someone's child. And I freaked out. And I lived in New York when I was a teenager, and so I've seen homeless people almost my entire life, but I'd never had a reaction like that, where I knew we were all one and I had to do something. And so I started driving around with water, food, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and donating money to companies, charities, anybody that was doing outreach to house, to clothe, to feed, to give clean showers to the unhoused people. So you'll know, because things that you were okay with before, you're not okay with now. And for me, timelines keep shifting. So if I didn't make a choice to be with a person in dating, I may see a timeline where I see us dating. I see him, I see our children, I see whatever. So timelines keep shifting. So you're not going crazy. It's just that as we shift our consciousness, what is possible for us changes. And I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of this is science. I think Einstein said that time doesn't exist, and believe it or not, we're not living our lifetimes back to back to back. They're all happening simultaneously, and so time is affected by our consciousness. And it's all of this that I'm saying can be so easily understood by a man named Greg Braden, who has 1 million videos out right now about timelines and about the science of what is going on right now. I took a little road trip the other day, and all I did was just listen to Greg Braden for 4 or 5 hours, and his latest videos are phenomenal. So he has a beautiful, simple way of understanding physics, quantum physics, in a very easy way. So if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, I would highly recommend Greg Braden's books. I've read them all. I'm a super nerdy fan. He might be even frightened if he met me, because I'm such a huge fan. Excuse me. Then you asked about how to protect yourself from all of the radiation. And I have so many things. This video would go so long if I said all of the things that I personally do. And because I'm an empath and because I'm super sensitive to energy, I had to just figure these things out. My main friend is this little guy, which is orgonite. And it is basically crystals in a little bit of resin with copper. And I feel like the copper is shaped, it's like a little sacred geometry thing here. But orgonite is sort of the antidote for those frequencies that come in and mess up your field. So I have orgonite in my house in a way that it has created an energy grid, and I have programmed even the orgonite just by holding my hand over it and saying, thank you for protecting me, thank you for protecting this space. And it is on my Wi-Fi router. I have it out by the smart meter. I have it where there are groups of people that may be going by where I live, so that it is in a grid, and it is basically the antidote for all of those frequencies. But that's my number one go-to, is this guy. I have one in my purse. I keep my phone in an EMF protector so that those frequencies are not spilling out and discombobulating me on a daily basis. They make paint like that. They make hats like that. They make sheets like that. There's even something called a grounding pad that can simulate you standing on the earth that you can sleep in. And all of these things are under $100 and are readily available online. There are people that make blankets that are protectors. There's so many ways now to get away from those frequencies. Another big thing that I do is take this stuff, which is called zeolite, and it actually pulls all of the toxins, let's just call them that, but we know what I mean, from your body. And it actually helps your body to assimilate the nutrients that you're trying to put in. I don't know if any of you guys remember the movie Silkwood with Cher and Meryl Streep a million years ago. But I believe Cher was exposed to radiation. And, it was very traumatic in the movie. But I do something called my Silkwood bath, which is, write this down, excuse me, 2 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of rock salt, 1 cup of bentonite clay, 1 cup of baking soda, and 1 cup of borax. You put that in the tub for as hot a water as you can stand, and you must sit in there for at least 20 minutes. This bath removes radiation, parasites, it alkalizes the body, and a whole other host of toxins. I try to do that bath once a month. There's an ion foot bath that I do twice a month, where you put your feet in a bath, and it can be warm water, tepid water, cool water, whatever you like, with a little bit of salt. You put the ion machine in the water, and it pulls from your feet all of these toxins. If you are not a great eater, the water may be rust color. If you're experiencing a lot of maybe issues in the body, the water may be black. I even talked to someone who had parasites come out of her feet in the water. So I'm giving you my favorites, but there's so much more that I do, including intermittent fasting. I'm hypoglycemic, meaning I have low blood sugar, and I was told I could never fast. But through practicing and nutrition and certain things that I do practice intermittent fasting. At first I could only go 2 hours, and then I went 6 hours, and then I went 24 hours. And now I eat once, maybe twice a day. And so in the morning, the body is eliminating. And if you're giving it more things to digest and process, it has a more difficult time, as well as your insulin spikes every time you eat. So for me, I love myself some MCT coconut oil, medium chain triglyceride coconut oil, and cinnamon. Excuse me. For me, those things balance out my blood sugar. Now, it is at this point that I must say I am not a medical doctor. These are things that I have done extensive research on, and through trial and error have benefited me. And so that is all I can speak to. I would highly recommend speaking to your healthcare practitioner before doing anything that I'm saying, because these are just suggestions, and these are things that have worked for me. And so it's at this time I'm going to say again, as a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, particularly because of this little guy. This little guy has been banned because he works so well. So I don't know if you can get them on Etsy still. There are kits where you can make your own. But I hope I answered your questions, and thank you for asking them. And here again, if you did not want your name in the video, just leave a comment below, and I am happy to remove it once you see it. For everyone else, if you enjoy this content, will you please like, share, and subscribe for me? It helps the algorithm for my channel for other people to find me, and for me to keep putting out this kind of content if you guys like it. So I'm wishing you a beautiful day, night, morning, wherever you are.